That's right, team. It's once again time for the bulletin that's so chock full of information about things that you occasionally find interesting, it might just inspire you to try new and interesting things. If you're currently suffering from an extreme lack of encyclopedic knowledge about what's been going on in our team for the last week, then you'd best look elsewhere because we only give you the sexy bits. Don't worry about what's happening on TV, just worry about this week's Thunder Cougar Falcon Bulletin. Planetside news first, and our Friday ops as usual. Our Friday ops consisted of fighting an Indar alert, with Mighty leading the Alpha squad, and Bert leading a smaller Bravo squad over the course of the evening. We began by setting up defences at the Allerton Botany Wing, as well as the Allerton Biolab against a large NC force that sought to capture them. After we lost the Botany Wing, we fell back into the Biolab and set up a defence inside the generator room. Unfortunately, the numbers of the NC proved too great, and we regrouped on the Western Satellite to try and come in as a flank, while Allied reinforcements streamed into the Biolab to directly combat the NC. After this, we fought around Scarred Mesa Skydock and Broken Arch Road for the majority of the remainder of the alert, defending against the NC. We did have to retask and go to save Indarcom Array from the TR at one point. Our Bravo squad pushed out from the spawn room with infantry and maxes, while the Alpha squad did a galaxy drop on the point at the same time. It was awesome, it was epic, and we saved the base. Following the end of the alert, Amerish unlocked, so naturally we made a beeline for Raven's Landing. We started off by everyone flying there and dogfighting with the TR and NC as soon as we got there. This resulted in a constant aerial battle above the base for over 15 minutes. As we got shot down, we would bring Sunderers down from the ascent and transition to ground to try and capture the point. After a time, the battle turned against us, and the Bravo squad was retasked to get back in the air at the ascent, while Alpha would try and hold on to our spawns at Raven's Landing. During this fight, the ground team was fought off the base and back to our Sunderers, where they were destroyed, but we already had another wave coming down the road from the ascent. Deseratus did a great job of gradually stalling the TR who were moving up the road by simply moving his Sunderer back around each sequence of corner as the TR would move up. This led to a TR force that was fighting outside of the base on the road, allowing another one of our Sunderers to be snuck up to the base behind the TR and another attempt to be made on the capture point. This time we had the air team able to do some anti-vehicle support against the stream of TR vehicles coming off of the pad. The fighting on the point was super intense, and the Alpha squad and the infantry team on the ground who were fighting did a great job of staying alive and holding the TR push off. We ended up capturing the base after a 20-minute battle, and we signed off on a high note for the evening. Our Sunday night ops coincided with the Briggs Sunday night alert, which was a territory control alert on Hossen. We spent the majority of the time on the southern front against the NC, taking captures at Bitol Stockpile and starting a fight at Bitol Biolab. After that got overpopulated, we fell back to set up a defense against the jump pad landing, where Flaws mistakenly equipped his AV mana turret and then shot down a Reaver, so it all kinda shakes out. Following our engagement in the Biolab, we went back for a protracted defense at Tack-on Storage, engaging an NC force in a battle that spread all the way from the Rusty Bent Glaive to Tack-on Storage, catching Roothouse Distillery in the crossfire. We had a brief detour up to the Offal Pit to defend against the TR, which came down to the wire but resulted in a successful Vanu defense for the facility. Our Sunderer game was on point up there. We constantly had great vehicle support working and ultimately were able to help clear out the capture point for the save. After this, we deployed down to Hurakan Amp Station, which turned into a surprisingly big-scale fight, with a constant stream of NC diffuser Sunderers making their way into the base, and a constant stream of Vanu reinforcements as well. We ultimately lost the base, but definitely had a fighting chance the whole time. Even with the amp station, the Vanu still won the alert that was ticking, and we signed off another fine evening of Planetside. In other news for Planetside, our Server Smash sign-ups are open for the upcoming match against Miller. We're currently at 8 out of 12 slots, so if you want to get in on that, sign up on our thread in the barracks. We will begin practice squads again later in the week. In other game news now, Saturday night saw us take to the skies in Guns of Icarus once more, with some epic battles coming out, featuring the dreaded Optimus Rhyme and its fearsome captain Mighty, Captain Steelgrin with their iron gaze, often seen from the decks of their galleon, the deadly Rock the Boat, Their mastery of the skies was often contested by the fearsome Captain Nojon and his reliable ship the Corvus, which was often known to be shadowed by the Flying Hypeman, a mysterious and maneuverable squid designed by none other than the fabled Captain Pixel. And the Megadaka Blaster, a goldfish vessel owned by none other than Sky Captain SAS Vulture, known for the deadly Hwacha cannon on the beak of his ship. All of the captains had extremely volatile loyalties to each other, as did their crews. One battle was reported to occur in a labyrinth of an abandoned city, with the Optimus Rhyme and the Corvus battling against the Flying Hype Man and Rock the Boat for control of the ruins and the ability to recover the lost relics of the city. However, after the battle, there was a falling out between the captain and crews of the Optimus Rhyme and the Corvus. After a scuffle at the dig site and a narrow escape, the newly refitted Optimus Rhyme sought to escape from the city through a treacherous airspace known only as Ambush Canyon. Meanwhile, the charismatic Captain Nojon managed to collect the intrigue of Commander Pixel and his crew of mysterious Flying Hypemen. The two ships sought to ambush the Optimus Rhyme on its way out of the canyons and plunder the artifacts for themselves. The Honourable Captain Steelgrin, infuriated by the deception of the Corvus, offered to help escort the Optimus Rhyme through the dangerous canyons in exchange for a priceless family artifact. Moving on to other games that have been happening during the week, on the same day that Ark was released, Dirty Bomb went into open beta and managed to capture the interest of many of our members. Dirty Bomb is a class-based, objective-focused shooter that emphasizes movement, teamwork, and is amazingly fast-paced. Dirty Bomb is free to play. Our current list of Dirty Bomb enthusiasts include Mighty, Nojon, Patchwork, Trace, Burnt Scythe, Numbers, Valen, Sparrow, Ranziri, Pixel, and more. If you're interested in getting in on some super fast-paced, objective gameplay that's reminiscent of Enemy Territory and Quake Wars, then check out this game. Dirty Bomb is, as mentioned, free to play and consists of a 3GB download. There's plenty of Australian servers and quite a lot of fun to be had. Ark has been released recently and has captivated the attention of our open-world survival game lovers, up to and including Jet, Boogie, Neo, Nojon, Steelgrin, Nerve, Swollen, Numbers, Googs, and more. We have a server set up, so if you want to get in on that, you should check the thread in the forums for the connection and link information. You could get involved in such fine shenanigans of whistling at each other, checking out the dinosaur zoo, featuring almost 2 of every dinosaur, giant dinosaur convoys while people migrate around the world, and the thrilling rush of not pooping in Boogie's house. Ark is a 7GB download and costs $25. It is in early access and updates extremely regularly. If there are any concerns with the server, you should contact Jet, Boogie, Numbers, or Steelgrin. This concludes the bulletin for this week. If you have any more news or interesting happenings over the course of the next week, please get in touch with Mighty and he can tell the world of your fine exploits. Until then, be excellent to each other.